Yes, welcome back to my YouTube channel, guys. How's everyone doing today? Hopefully you're having a great day, great morning, or great evening, whatever time you're watching this video from. All right, if today is your first time seeing me on your screen, my name is The Habit of Nation, and welcome to my YouTube channel. This channel is about where I talk about Africa, problem of Africa countries, good things about Africa and bad things about Africa. In case you're new, you can search for some of my old videos. And then for my old subscribers, thank you for always coming back to watch my video. I really appreciate you. For the new viewers, please consider clicking on the subscribe button. Today I have an interesting topic for you guys. Very interesting, and it's about my beautiful country again, Ghana. And today's topic, Ghana, apart from Ethiopia, right? I think Ethiopia is the only country now. Ethiopia is the only country in Africa that was not colonized by any people, by anybody. So, but in Africa, Ghana was the first country to gain independence, right? So today, let's look at how powerful is Ghana in Africa, being the first country to be colonized. The first person to get their independence. So let's look at how powerful this country is in the whole of Africa. All right, without wasting much of your time, let me go straight to the point. And this one said, Emmanuel said, how powerful is Ghana in Africa? Very sensitive question, very interesting. It said not very. It said, it's small, it's too small, surrounded by French speakers, and has since Nkrumah lost his ideological leadership on the continent. The most powerful countries in Africa are China. Sorry guys, because I haven't read this before, so I didn't read this. So I'm just reading it for the first time, and it's funny. The guy is very savage, and he said the most powerful countries in Africa are China, the U.S., France, South Africa, Ethiopia, Rwanda, Egypt, and Nigeria. These are countries who by dint of their military and or economic capabilities have an outsized role in continental affairs. So Ghana cannot, unlike Rwanda and Ethiopia, project force into neighboring countries. They would have to dislodge France. In addition, her tools are restricted by what is still a small commodities-driven economy. The continent's fourth largest, actually 12, but I had taken the size of the two mission cities into consideration, dwarfed by cities like Lagos and Johannesburg. Ghana arguably has one of the continent's most stable governance structures, and that might yet translate to increased power. But for now, she's mildly. Neither a country like the Dr. Congo with its fate in the hand of others, and yet not powerful. And Ronnie said, I'm curious to know how Rwanda and Ethiopia are powerful. And Emmanuel said, I said so. Ghana cannot, unlike Rwanda and Ethiopia, project force into neighboring countries. So Rwanda, he put the link of what this country have did. So Rwanda troop. Sorry guys. It said Rwanda troop Dr. Congo to hunt into militants. First Congo War, Wikipedia. Ethiopia spent very little money on its military and it works. Ethiopia start producing and selling battle tanks. Ethiopia troops enter Somalia back offensive against Al-Shabaab, David Daxa. And Lisa said Rwanda has limited projection capability. Like he said, they can only deal with immediate neighbors and for a short campaign. Ethiopia most has a moral leader of the continent, and the AU is headquartered there. But give it 15 years. However, South Africa is only nation in Africa with logistical capability and test to launch remote military projection in Africa in a sustained manner, year in and year out, as it is currently doing so as we speak. But unlike the state, we don't do bully type foreign policy, but rather peacekeeping and upliftment. We believe African nations are not built by the gun and mortar, but by negotiation and compromise. Same here. And Bill said, putting Rwanda ahead of Ghana destroy your argument. When it comes to Ghana, they will never agree. When it comes to influence in its sub-Sahara region, or sub-region, sorry, Ghana has more reach and influence than most. The Ghanaian former presidents are usually the best ECOWAS choice for diplomatic mission. Ghana has more forces and has been more consistent in the EU peacekeeping army than even Nigeria. Ghana is second largest economy in West Africa behind Nigeria. A surprising feat for a relatively smaller population compared to the Ivory Coast, Guinea, and Mali. And let me drink some water, guys. Please, my lips are dry. So whenever my lips are dry, it's like I'm stammering. And this guy said, the man said, as I explained in the answer, Rwanda military influence in its region is what gives it a seat at the table. Ghana does not and cannot replicate the same, neither does it have history of doing so. To put UN peacekeeping mission in perspective, name the last successful one, and again, it does not translate into power, neither does being sent on diplomatic mission a better metric would be. The number of international organizations headquartered in Ghana or the amount of successful transits signed there. Finally, this recurring tristical sleight of hand in calling Ghana West Africa's second largest economy is extremely misleading. It is the continent's fourth largest economy. It is not a manufacturing hub. It is not resource power. Those who be SA, Dr. Congo. It is not financially center. Its tech cluster is not at the level of SA, not receiving the international attention of Nigeria and Kenya. The above can be taken into account in seeking to arrive at a metric for power. Ghana is stable, it's not powerful. That's true. Ghana is very stable, but powerful, I don't think so either. Say, I want to know how Rwanda is considered to be more powerful than Kenya, Algeria, and Morocco. Say, read my other comment answering exactly the same question. Say, your reply to Ronan does not quite answer my question. I am in no way saying that Rwanda is not powerful, but I'm against putting them ahead of Algeria and Kenya. I'm interested in knowing how you made your analysis. Military power does not quite add up, because Algeria has the second strongest military in Africa, even above Nigeria and South Africa. Top 10 strongest military in Africa since 2017, with strongest influence outside their borders too. Economics also does not too. Algeria has the fourth best economy, list of Africa economy by GDP, blah blah blah, in Africa too. And this guy said, Jackie said, was not Ghana at its independence one of the wealthiest tropical country? It's a per capita of $490 and per capita of $490 at independence. Said there was a lady claimed to go by name Alisa Maya, messaging me, and I tried to find out it was a scam. Anyway, that's not my business. Said Rwanda is relatively small country compared to other entities. I'm not going to read all the comment, all right? I'm just going to summarize. You can see for yourself and read for yourself. And it's, this one saying Nigeria. Okay, let me read the other guy. It said Nigeria is the largest and most Nigeria is the largest and most populated in West Africa, and yet it's the weakest country in West Africa, and that is why it is being bullied by Boko Haram. Maybe wanted to write bullied by Boko Haram every day. Their numbers are of no use when it comes to fighting. So leave Ghana the most powerful. Leave Ghana the most peaceful country in Africa. I don't know what's wrong with me today. I'm just missing many words. So bear with me, guys. He said, I fail to understand your point. Is Ghana more powerful than France? We're talking about Africa, it's called France. France, Germany, British, and the US. Because if terrorists attack her on the soil metric of strength, then they fail. It will be the best if you actually read my answer and realize that I'm not attacking Ghana, merely stating reality. Say, please, not that German. China, USA are not part of Africa, so why are you counting them as most powerful in Africa? Exactly. And these are different coming from different people. And this one said the US is not in Europe, yet it's one of the most powerful countries there too. Power in this case is determined by your ability to enact change. Those countries have both finance and military theft on the continent. This one said terrorists attack every country, but Nigeria case is bullying. I wonder how the whole Nigeria with this great number of army can stand Boko Haram. What are they using the oil money for? Only God knows. This is a disgrace. Sorry guys, excuse me. Say Boko Haram has been reduced to terrorist attack. You might want to check update news. The most powerful countries in Africa are China. Well, let's see, bro. So this guy said, you can say statistics, ignorance enough to think that China, the US, and the France are in Africa. Say, man, you golf big time. Mellow yourself and correct yourself and stop this Nigeria versus Ghana bullshit here. If you think Ghana influence and powers on the continent is measured up to middle status, then you are certainly drunk. Take it from me. Take it from you, Bao. You know, so these are different coming from different people. Different coming from different people. You can see them. So I'm not going to read everything. I'm just going to put them there for you to read because there's a lot of articles, a lot of comments from people. But the thing is that when it comes to power in Africa, I don't think Ghana is that powerful. But Ghana is very respected. I think Ghana is one of the most respected countries in Africa. Is that now? It's not because they are weak or they can't fight, but when you compare, especially Nigeria military and Ghana military powers together, Nigeria has everything. And in the case of Boko Haram, people are always saying Boko Haram or terrorists or banditry in Nigeria are political motivated. So it's not something. It's not something that are just done by the individual or by ordinary citizen. You know, the former Nigeria military head of state, Sani Abacha, said when a terrorist operation lasts more than 24 hours, that means the government are involved. So it's not something. It's like the children the government refused to educate it. How do you want coming back for them? How do you want coming back for the country? So it's not something that you can say Boko Haram, blah blah blah. That means Nigeria is weak. I think if Nigeria really want to take care of Boko Haram issue, they would do it just like this. You know, they have the money, they have the equipment, they can invite international body if they want. But I think there's more to Boko Haram issue, there's more to terrorism issue in Nigeria that if they do it like that, many names will be exposed and many people and their family, their generation will be jailed for war crime, you know, or for terrorism. Let me put it that way. So that's why everybody is just trying to hide themselves. I mean, those people that started the terrorist business, you know, and this terrorist business, it has expanded to many angles. Like they have branch now, like many of them have graduated, so that's why you see them forming different names. But like I said on my previous video, I hope Nigeria will become peaceful one day, that even I can work at night in any part of the country, especially in the northern part of Nigeria. There's a lot of terrorism, a lot of insecurity out there, and these people are the one in power. In case you are not from Nigeria, let me tell you a brief story. I mean, a brief history. The northern part of Nigeria are the majority part of Nigeria, right? They own 19 states. I mean, they are in 19 states in Nigeria. So when it comes to voting, they have more power. When it comes to many things, they have more power. But when it comes to education, they are very, very less. Because, yes, they are very, very less. Because during the time of British, most of them went to join the military, like the custom, the army, the navy, just name it. you know. But like on the Yoruba, like the southwest of Nigeria, on the Yoruba people, they concentrate more on education, right? That's why they are the most educated language or tribe in Nigeria. That's the Yoruba. While the Igbo, those ones, they are more business-wise. When it comes to business in Nigeria, legit for the Igbo people. And for the south side, like the Niger Delta, the Middle Belt, those ones, they're just there farming, you know, farming, going to school. They're just like average people, like they are the minority, you know. So most of these people, most like I said, most of the northerners, they don't like going to school because they are mostly Islamic. So many of them believe, why will I go to Western education? Why will I go to Western education? But they are the ones still ruling Nigeria at the end of the day. Trust me, many of them don't even have results, but they are just really, they are just there by mango. They are the one ruling. That's why you can see that the country is so backward. Because they are the one ruling Nigeria. Because if you go to their states, you will shed tears. If you have not visited Nigeria before, maybe one day try and visit another part of Nigeria when the country is more peaceful, not now. You will shed tears. When people will say Nigeria is very poor, they are talking about the northern part of Nigeria. When people are saying that Nigeria don't have water, they're talking about the northern part of Nigeria. When people say that Nigeria children are begging on the street in the country or different countries, they're talking about the northern part of Nigeria. Like there was a time that Ghana, I think last 2 months ago, I guess, if I'm not mistaken, the Ghanaian government deported some Nigeria beggars from northern part of Nigeria. So those people, I don't know. So anyway, like I said, please consider clicking on the subscribe button, okay, if you enjoyed this video, and don't forget to click the like button, give it a like, all right? And I will definitely see you guys. God bless you.